Hi, everyone. So, Money Monday is a little late tonight because, wow, it's just been one of those days. And I've been talking to a couple of other people who have felt the same way. Like, there's just something going on this week where things just seem to be taking their own pace. And I think, um, I think there's something kind of beautiful in that and kind of frustrating. Um, but it's definitely something that I've had to just accept and acknowledge and just say, you know what? Things don't always work out according to plan, but as long as you still show up, as long as you're still there, that's what matters. So what I feel like what I wanted to talk about this Monday is has changed a little bit because of that, and maybe I'd like to talk about practicing detachment from how things happen and setting yourself up to succeed, but also allowing yourself enough room to pivot and change direction. And I was having a conversation. So basically, what happened today is I had a bunch of meetings in the city, and I took the ferry into the city. Had a kind of a crazy morning, so that I still made it to the ferry on time, even though it was a little bit insane this morning. I got to my first appointment. I was there early, but they were running late, and then so that was at 2 p.m. Then I had my next appointment at 3. So because the first appointment ran late, I ran late with the second appointment, and I ended up making it to, I wanted to make the 6:15 ferry home. Actually, I wanted to make the 5:15 ferry home because I had a ladies of business meeting tonight, and I wanted to go to the board meeting, which was at 6:30, because it's the first Monday of every month, and usually I'm with all my female entrepreneurs, and one of the things that I wanted to possibly do tonight was kind of introduce them to you and allow them to talk about the issues that they've been having, and maybe the money issues that they're all facing, which hopefully I can do next month. But so I wanted to make like the 5:15 ferry. Then I was like, I'm gonna make the 6:15 ferry, and then I was like, all right, I'm not making the 6:15 ferry. I'm gonna make the 7:15 ferry. And I made it there. I was there at 7. I'm standing on line, and 7:15 happens, and then 7:20, and then somebody comes around and like 7:15 ferry is now 20 minutes late. And I'm like, ah. And then 20 minutes became later and later. And basically, I just got home literally 10 minutes ago from leaving my house leaving Rockaway before noon. So it's been a long day, but it's been such a great day. And if I didn't allow it to just happen organically and happen as it was going to happen, I feel like I would have had so much more strife and heartache, and I used to hold on with so much control and trying to make everything perfect and everything work out perfect. Like even today, my first meeting, so it was recording a podcast with my amazing friend Damali Peterman. She started a new company called Breakthrough ADR, and she does mediation services and mediation trainings, and she works with the NYPD, and now she started this amazing podcast, and I was so excited. And for some reason, like, I didn't even realize that we'd be videotaping it as well. And I was like, because of Pride yesterday, I was wearing like so much makeup. And I was like, I'm just going to give myself a break and like not wear any makeup today. And I get there and like they're taking pictures and I'm on camera and I'm like, oh, I should have at least worn mascara or lipstick, but it's too late and I don't have anything on me and we're just gonna let it go. And it ended up being an amazing, fun podcast, and some really great questions were asked, and I got to answer and I felt like I was able to provide her audience with so much value. And if I had been so stuck on, oh my God, I'm not wearing any makeup, how am I going to look? The podcast is running late. Like, all of these things would have totally thrown me off my game, and I wouldn't have been able to give that value to people. And so you'll see what I mean once the podcast airs. I'm going to share it here. I'll share it in the Righteous Revenue group. Like, it was just so awesome, and so many like really questions that were posed. So the format is that she has a hotline where people call in with questions, and sometimes they're mediation questions and sometimes they're just other questions, and she brings in podcast guests and we answer the questions together. So we got a lot of questions that were regarding financial well-being, and a lot of questions. There is questions about what kind of financial statements you should be looking at, and whether to like lease or to buy a car, and just things that affect everybody. And I got to have that amazing discussion, and I wasn't flustered because I have been practicing this detachment of like understanding that I'm not in control of everything and that I can't control everything, and that's okay. And it'll still be amazing even if it's not exactly the way I planned it. And thank you, Marissa. She says she loves my necklace. I got it this weekend. I'm so happy with it. That's the first thing. I'm like, Damali saw me today. She's like, you're so on brand all the time. I know. I love the ocean. It never changes. That is the one thing that will never change. I mean, literally my name means, one of the meanings of it is like waves of the ocean. So it's kind of like this is me, I'll be stuck with the ocean forever. That'll be my happy place always. But I digress. So I want you to really think about that, and think about all of the times in your life where maybe something didn't go exactly as you were planning, and it caused you a lot of stress, but in the end, it worked out for better. I know there have been so many instances of that in my life, where I'll tell you like a huge one, which was Hurricane Sandy. And it was really devastating here in Rockaway. And I moved into a first floor apartment on October 1st. And October 29th, I had just gotten my final piece of furniture delivered the week before. October 29th happens. Hurricane Sandy blows in. 4.5 feet of water in my apartment. Everything was destroyed. And now, this is super dramatic, super traumatizing. Like, I had just moved into the apartment. it, all of my stuff is gone. I don't know what to do. Like, also my job had gotten flooded, and I didn't have anywhere to work, and I'm like, what the hell is going to happen? And now I had to move in with my mother, I had evacuated to her place right before the storm, and her basement got flooded, and my car drowned, and it was my baby and my favorite car ever. It's still one of the favorite cars of my life. And at that moment, I was just like, everything is going wrong. Like, I don't even comprehend how I can, like, continue with this. Like, I don't have anything. Like, I have no clothes, I have no car, I have no furniture. Everything that I've been accumulating has just been washed away. And I don't even have a job to make money because they got flooded. And it was super traumatic, and I felt so helpless in that moment. And what I realized now, and what I realized even 2 months later, was that through that trauma and through that crazy change that happened, and through that devastating event in my life, came so much good. Like, 2 months later, I moved into a third floor apartment in the same building. I got a balcony, which I had always wanted, a balcony, an extra bedroom, and a parking spot for only $200 more on my rent. And we're talking about like a huge apartment upgrade. Like, my entire first floor apartment could have probably fit in like the living room / kitchen of my current apartment. And I got to get all new furniture, and like everything matched, and and I got a car that was 10 years newer, and all of those things. And I got, a chance to get a better job, and focus at that allowed me even more time to focus on the other things that I wanted to do in my life, which was, at that time, I was finishing up school. I was finishing up my degrees, and I got more time to focus on that as well. And so it's really those kind of events, those crazy traumatic things that we are so out of control, and we try so hard to hold on to like making everything perfect. Like, in those traumatic events, so much good can happen. Like, I got my degrees, I got a better job, I got a newer car, I got a better apartment. Now I own that apartment. Like, it just set my life on a whole different path. And if I would have stayed stuck in that emotion of things didn't work out exactly as planned, and so now everything's falling apart, I couldn't have enjoyed all of the amazing things that have happened in my life since. So that's something that it's not necessarily money based tonight, but I want you to, but it can be, right? This can be the same thing about your money. Maybe it's not working out exactly how you wanted or how you planned, But as long as you continue in the process, as long as you still stay true to what you need to do and what you want, and really like check in with yourself about that, and you make the effort to keep moving forward, you'll be fine. And it'll work out, and you know what? It's going to be even better. It'll be a better outcome than what you wanted to happen and the exact way that you wanted it to happen. You know, maybe it needs to be, your life needs to be shaken up a little bit. So if things are going out of whack, just kind of let it go. Roll with those punches, and you can literally like make lemonade out of the lemons. So that's really what I wanted to impart tonight. And then I'll close off. If anyone has any questions or wants to share their stories, I would love for you to share about, you know, even if you're just having like one of those days where everything is delayed and you're not making it to any of your appointments, or whatever it is that you want to share, I'd love for you to share it and tell me about it. But I'm gonna cut it short tonight because I'm a little exhausted from the day, and I feel like I was really able to give you what I wanted to share. And so have an amazing night, and I will definitely see you next Money Monday. But I am leaving for a almost month-long vacation. I'm going to Amsterdam with my mom, and then to Israel to go visit my family and friends. So I'm still going to be here for Money Mondays. Money Monday does not stop for vacation, just like my work does not stop for vacation. I love that I can do this. I can go away and I still have a team that supports all my clients, and that I can do my work virtually. It's really amazing, and I can't wait to see. This is going to be the first time that I go for such a long time. I can't wait to see how that turns out, with such a huge time difference. But so Money Mondays are going to be a bit earlier in the coming weeks. I believe they're either going to be 12:30 or 1:30 because, because the time difference is such that it's going to be 8:30 for me wherever I am, and then for you guys it's going to be a little bit earlier. In Israel there's a 7-hour time difference. In Amsterdam I believe it's a 6-hour time difference, and then I fly out on Monday, so I'm going to do next week's Money Monday before I fly out. So I will see you all then, and I have some amazing topics coming. I believe next week I will be talking about how I was able to budget for a month-long vacation. So stay tuned for that. If you've got any questions, post them. I'll be posting some great stuff about yesterday's Pride, which I volunteered in, and it was amazing. And as always, Sharktra Success School is up and running, and if you want some one-on-one support from me, I'm also available for that. So I will see you guys later. Have a great night. Bye.